What's the best scenario for Karen and Ken's Social Security planning and Roth conversions? We have 6 different scenarios, and we're going to run them all here in one. We're going to just consolidate them on the board to show you which one came out best. It's actually pretty interesting. So let's dive into this. I think you'll get a lot out of this for sure. So don't forget to subscribe down below, and of course hit the bell to be notified. So basically remember, Karen is 60, Ken is 67. They have $1 million IRA, and they're saying, Josh, what's the best scenario for us to draw as much income as we can and to leave as much tax-free to our heirs, or leave as much as we can to our heirs, never mind tax-free. What's the best scenario? And it's tough because Ken doesn't have any Social Security benefit off his own. He'll only get the spousal benefit, which means he can only take the spousal benefit once Karen files. So if Karen files at 62, Ken will be, 69 at that point, and he will get 1/2 of Karen's PIA, even though Karen will get a reduced benefit because she filed well before her full retirement age. Point 2 is if Karen waits to file until 70, well, Ken won't get anything until he's 77. Again, he'll get 1/2 of Karen's PIA at that point. But we have Ken dying at 80, so he'll only get 3 years of spousal benefits, if that makes sense. And thirdly, Karen can file at 66 for her full retirement age, and Ken will be 73 and get 1/2 of her PIA, and then he'll only have 7 years of spousal benefits. So it's interesting how this is going to shake out. So let's dive into this. And again, we have 6 scenarios. The first 3, they don't do any Roth conversions at all. And here's Karen at 62, at 66, and 70. The next 3, they do Roth conversions effectively, I think it's $50,000 a year until everything is out of the traditional IRA into a Roth. Remember, they have $1 million traditional IRA, Karen does. And they take Social Security at 62, 66, and 67. So let's run the numbers. So if Karen takes Social Security at 62, and again, if you haven't seen the other videos, I got, 5 other ones where we're having her in an aggressive portfolio, 80-20 stocks to bonds, and I think we expected a 7.1 or 7.2% rate of return from now until Karen dies when she's 90, so for 30 years. All right. So basically, we have, at the end of the day, they have $3.749 million of total net worth. They paid $770,000 of tax, and they had total income of $2.916. All right, so total income $2.916, and they have 3.7 million in net worth. But the problem here is that of that 3.7 million net worth at Karen's demise, because Ken died a long time ago, 1.988 is in a traditional IRA. So I'm assuming at a 12% tax bracket for her heirs, and I think that's a pretty conservative assumption. I bet there'll be even a higher tax bracket. By assuming the heirs inherit that at a 12% tax bracket, so they'll lose $238,000 off this 1.988 IRA, and so essentially what was left over will be 1.988 minus 238 will be subtract. So that's I should say 238,000 subtracted from this right here. Excuse me, for the tax consequence. Again, I think that's pretty conservative. And now if you take the difference between this and that, their total income is about $2.138 million, give or take. That they had over those 30 years, roughly. So that's interesting. So 2.138 or so total income net of taxes. Now, if we take at 66, their total income is 3.09 million, but they paid taxes of 708,000. So this is the best of all scenarios of their net total income net of taxes. They got about 2.3 million here, which is the best. Everything else is right about 2.138. It's interesting, maybe 2.14, 2.136, but it's all right about 2.138. This is 2.3, so they actually made about 160,000 more in total income, net income here, net of taxes, than any of the other scenarios. But they left a net worth of 3.4 million. They still paid almost $750,000 in taxes. But in terms of net income, this was the best by far. Well, not by far, by $160,000. Still paid a lot of tax. Left 3.47 million in net worth, of which 1.7 of that was in a traditional IRA. So they lose $211,000 to taxes at a 12% tax bracket. So we take 3.4 million minus 211, and they're leaving about it's about 3.25 million when all said and done to their heirs. All right. Here they're leaving again 3.5 million or so to their heirs. 3.55 million or so to the heirs that when it's considering a 12% tax bracket. Because remember, they don't pay the heirs don't pay tax on anything that's not left in an IRA. Step up basis, so that's not taxable. So if half their account was in a non-IRA, half was in an IRA, the half that's not in an IRA is free and clear of taxes. Here they wait till 70. And again, this is the conundrum we have because Karen will get a better benefit, but because Ken cannot get a spousal benefit until Karen files, he's not getting much of a benefit at all. Only for 3 years will he get a spousal benefit. So here they have a total net worth of $3.28 million, of which 1.4 is in an IRA. So I mean, this is probably this is the worst scenario of all 6 actually, because you take 3.28 million, subtract by roughly 200,000, and they have about 3.1 and left in net worth when all is said and done. Not bad, but still in terms of all 6, this is the worst right here in terms of overall net worth. So in that case, we don't want to take Social Security at 70 for Karen, not at all. They pay the least amount of taxes from these 3 scenarios. The reason for that is because they got the least amount of income. 2.78 is what they have in total income, and again, leaving about a little bit more than $3 million, $3.1 million in total net worth. No, a little bit more than $3 million total. So they had left. So this be your total net worth 2.283 minus 174. So that was the least of leaving in total net worth. In terms of their net income, what they received net of taxes, this is roughly the same as the other 5. Because other than this one, it's all about 3.18. It's interesting, actually, million. So of the 3 scenarios here, this would be the best in terms of over. This is the one I'd do. 66. You're basically splitting the difference here. They're going to get the most total net income pretty substantially, but another 150,000, and they're still going to leave a little bit less than this one, but still going to leave. It's within spit distance. So if we only did this one without doing Roth, you'd want to take a 66, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, there's a lot to consider here for sure. Now they start doing the Roth. So they start converting, again, 50,000 a year, not adjusted for inflation. And they're going to do that until the IRA is zeroed out and everything is in a Roth. So here they have total income $2.57 million, of which they paid $439,000 in taxes. So again, 2.138 is a total net income. 2.138 is a total net income that they received, but they're leaving a total net worth of $3.6 million, of which none of it is in a traditional IRA. So we're talking, this is significantly higher than that right there. That's about 3.2, so 400,000 more because it's tax free. That's about 3.5, so it's 100,000 more tax free here than that right there. So taking that 62, in this case, because Ken's older, you're going to leave more net worth. You're going to have roughly the same amount of income as these other 2 strategies. So it really comes down to, do you want to leave more of a tax-free net worth or to have more net income? I would still go here, actually, because if Karen doesn't die at 90, this will even be better because she can take more from her Roth and have more tax-free income. And again, we're only doing a 12% tax here, and I'm just telling you, I highly suspect when the kids inherit the money, they're going to pay more than 12%. Taking Roth taking Social Security at 66 with Roth conversions, significantly less net worth here. I mean, 3.4 to 3.6, not even debatable not to do this. Same amount of net income. I mean, they pay less in taxes here, but the same amount of net income for sure. It's about 2.138, 2.138. So same amount of net income, but 200,000 more of net worth leaving to the heirs tax free. So that's a non-brainer there. And then we got taken at 70, and this is the worst of the scenarios. Same amount of total net income, about 2.138, but they're leaving substantially less here in total net worth to the heirs. So my inclination is, because Kevin is I keep calling him Kevin, because Kevin is so much older and not in the greatest shape. Again, we're gonna have him dying at 80. I just think you got to take Social Security earlier for sure in this scenario. So the 2 strategies would be take Social Security at 62, even though Karen will have it reduced. She will have Ken will have 13 years of a spousal benefit, which she'll never get back if she waits until 70 to take it. She'll only have 3 years. But see, the problem is, what if Ken lives longer? We just don't know. But no matter what, none of the scenarios made claim to take it at 70. None did at all. Even though Karen, and I was surprised by that, even though if she took it at 70, it would give her more of a benefit, but she sacrificed all those income benefits while Ken was alive. So I don't see the benefit of that. If the scenarios we want to leave more in net worth, this taking that 62 Social Security and starting and converting was, I don't want to say significantly higher, but higher enough to make it worthwhile doing. And then they still got $2.138 million of income, which is, again, spitting distance here, about $150,000 less of total income. But 2 million, no, it's going to be 400,000 more of total of total net worth that they leave to the heirs net of tax. So this, in my opinion, would be the way to go. And of course, if Karen survives longer, she has more to pull in that's tax free, which would just even be benefit. So if she doesn't live till 90, but she lives to 91, this would be the way to go. So here's an example of taking Social Security at 62. Again, it really, there's no right or wrong here. It's contingent on your situation. And again, here the Ken is significantly older than Karen, and Ken doesn't have a benefit at all. So in this case, it'd be beneficial for her to take that 62, in my opinion, given what we just went over. All right, hope this helps. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'll run different scenarios. We're going to do with Karen being single next time. That will change things drastically, I can almost assure you. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.